On the pole in car 13, fourth fast time, it's Jerry Jones in the American Cities Incorporated entry, alongside in the WNCI, car number 20, WNCI Radio, a brand new sponsor for this gentleman, car 20, Mike Brown. Second fast time, his best ever qualifying effort for this guy from Coshocton, Ohio, Bobby Allensworth. And on the tail, your fast qualifier tonight, Don Gregory Jr. 4 cars, your fastest 4 limited sportsman qualifiers here on All City Auto Wrecking Night. We're ready to do battle. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. That's Jerry Jones holding that 1 car length advantage down the backstretch. Now Mike Brown pulls a bit ahead of Bobby Allensworth. Brown now in sole possession of second spot. The halfway signal this time by start finish. Now Don Gregory Jr. moves into third. He goes after Mike Brown on the backstretch. Jones still in control. The white flag will be waving this time. Jerry Jones' first appearance ever in a trophy dash in the limited sportsman division. He holds the advantage. Now Brown slips. Gregory gets to second. He'll go after Jones, but he's sideways now in turn 4. Jerry Jones will win. Finishing second is Mike Brown. Third goes to Don Gregory Jr. and Bobby Allensworth rounds out the field. So his first appearance in the Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. And he comes home with a victory, Jerry Jones. They have struggled with this car, gotten it closer every week. Tonight they turn in the 4th fastest qualifying time, win the Trophy Dash. Jones and company are willing away and having a very competitive race car here at the 3rd Mile Oval. Sponsors on the 88 Buick include American Cities Corporation, J.D. Cotter Search Incorporated, Sizzle Marine, Fast Racing Engines, Snap-on Tools, and Beach Walled Automotive, also Mark Wolf Ministries. Again, your winner, his first Trophy Dash of 19, round a little bit. On the pole in car 23 of this, the first limited sportsman heat race tonight, it's John Matthews. Matthews in 23. Bob Grubal finds himself outside of that front row in car number 5. Second row consists of Pete Gordon in 15 and Buddy Townsend in 76. In row number 3, car 74, it's Kenny Sword, and outside in 27, Jimmy McCulley. Then the final row, the 4th, make that 5th. Now that's right, 4th and final row, Tim Rowenbeck in car 55 and 06. The driver is Jeff Loudermilk. 8 laps await this, the first heat race in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman Division. That's John Matthews who jumps out to that early lead. Now we got some 3 abreast action on the backstretch as Buddy Townsend goes to the outside of Pete Gordon for the second spot. Townsend on the move in car 76. Also back there, challenging now for that 3rd spot, we see Kenny Swart. He takes over 3rd. Gordon shifted back to 4th position. They'll complete the 2nd lap, this time by the start-finish line. Now Tim Rowenbeck moves up to 4th. Rowenbeck 4th in car 55, but Gordon struggles back on the inside. Now we find Ken Swart moving to the outside of Buddy Townsend. John Matthews continues to pace the field. Halfway. And now Sword moves past Buddy Townsend. Townsend drops the tires off, kicks up some dust in turn 2. He is third. The race is for the lead between John Matthews and Kenny Sword. 5 laps are down. Matthews winless in racing action here in the Limited Sportsman Division, trying to hold on to this heat race lead. The white flag awaits the 2 leaders this time. Now Sword with the advantage. Kenny Sword will get the white flag. John Matthews is second. Now a good run for Tim Rowenbeck. He is up to third spot from the last row of the starting grid. Your winner will be Kenny Sword. John Matthews is second. Tim Rowenbeck third. Fourth goes to Buddy Townsend, and fifth spot, Jimmy McCulley. So Kenny Sword in that borrowed car captures the first heat race in the Limited Sportsman Division this evening. This is Sword's second heat race victory of 1994. Heat race finds Mike Holland in 86 on the front row, along with Randy Sword in 73. Then comes 35, Tom Idle, and 29, Bobby Justice. Next, we've got Jerry Buck in 01 and Jimmy Kidd in 25. And finally, Donnie Zero Hill. 7 cars, 8 laps for the second heat race in the Sportsman Division. Randy Sword go door to door through turn 4. A tight battle for that top spot. Now Randy Sword with a half car length advantage down the backstretch. Dave Ritchie Jr. and Bobby Justice are lined up in that second row still. Sword and Holland make contact in turns 3 and 4. Continues to try to work his way around Mike Holland. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Now Randy Sword takes over as Mike Holland and Dave Ritchie Jr. swap some paint in the fourth turn. Mike Holland trying to hold back the onslaught as Randy Sword starts to move away. Holland again sideways in the fourth turn. Bobby Justice and Dave Ritchie going at it for the third position. White flag for Randy Sword. Justice now up to third. He'll go after Mike Holland. But your winner will be Randy Sword. Finishing second is Mike Holland. Third, Jerry Buck, who improves 2 spots in the last lap. Finishing fourth, Bobby Justice, and fifth is Dave Ritchie Jr. How about a big round of applause for Randy Sword, your winner? Randy Sword's car is sponsored by Universal Blade, but it looks like they're getting a handle on that car. The Charlie's House of Meats Camaro with his first Trophy Dash appearance since June 11th. It's Jerry Mitchell in car number 6. He'll start first. Outside in car number 2, the third Trophy Dash appearance of 1994 for this young man, a rookie in the late model division from Columbus, Bobby Bocook in car number 2, outside of row number 1. Then the team cars make up the back row. They qualified a 1/100th of a second apart, with Mike Ward going 14.165 and Tim Ice 14.175. They are brother-in-laws. The inside of row number 2, his second appearance of 1994 here at Columbus Motor Speedway from Seville, Ohio, car number 65, Tim Ice. And on the tail from Urbana, your current point leader in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series hunt for the track championship. From Urbana, the Buckles Motors Fast Racing Engines Camaro of Mike Ward. A number 12 was drawn for the inversion, so that means 12 cars. Your fast qualifier will start in 12th spot, unless Ward chooses to go after that challenge. We'll have to check with Bob Neubauer to see if he can get an interview with Mike a little bit later. Jerry Mitchell with the advantage down the backstretch. The Charlie's House of Meats Camaro is out front. Nearly a dead heat when they came by the start-finish line. Now Bocook spins in turn 2. The leaders go at it on the backstretch, but it'll be all for naught with the caution flag out for Bobby Bocook, spun car in turn number 2. The leader. Now Mike Ward is second, but Tim Ice battles back. The brothers-in-law go at it for second spot as Mitchell leads. And again, Bobby Bocook with a spin. White flag with Bocook's car in the infield. Mitchell trying to hold off Tim Ice. He'll win. Ice is second. Mike Ward third. And Bobby Bocook fourth. The first Trophy Dash victory of 1994 for Jerry Mitchell. He has one feature win. Charlie's House of Meats, the sponsor on the car. It's owned by Al Reeves. Of course, not only did the late models enjoy an increase in payoff, also the limited sportsman and street stock divisions, their purse monies were increased as well. NASCAR Winston Racing late models here tonight. This the first heat race this evening. On the pole in car number 3, it's Bill Wellman. Alongside the Big Bird, Robbie Dean in car 94 starts outside that front row. The second row, car number 10, is George Fisher, and beside him in 28, Gary Brenner. In row 3, car 11, Dick Dunleavy Jr., and car 77, Danny Brown. And on the tail, rounding out the field, car 33, it's Dean Fusco from Lancaster, Ohio. 7 cars. We had 1 scratch. I believe Tim Yonker was scheduled to start in this event, but he is scratched from this heat race. 10 laps for the first late model heat race. Robbie Dean leads through turns 1 and 2. That's Bill Wellman running second. Third now is Gary Brenner. Dean Fusco. And we've got an oil problem. We've got a definite problem. Fluid on the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. They appears that it's Bill Wellman. He continues to roll around the racetrack. Hopefully that car is not continuing to leak oil. I hope not anyway. But you see the streak down in turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. So again, the track crew, a busy night tonight. They'll be dispatched down there to try to fix or soak up some of that oil. 9 laps remain. Immediately, Dick Dunleavy Jr. to the outside. He'll go after Danny Brown next in car number 11. Robbie Dean, your leader in 94. Dunleavy now going for third spot. Racing with Danny Brown. Gary Brenner holds on to second. Halfway through this 10-lapper. And Robbie Dean, the victim of the clock. Robbie Dean has broken out. He is running much faster than his qualifying time of earlier this evening. And they're allowed to run at least or no more than 0.15 of a second faster than their qualifying time. Dean was surpassing that mark, much faster than his qualifying time. So we throw the yellow in the limited sportsman and late model divisions when that happens. And the offending car then goes to the tail to make sure they are not racing much faster than they qualify. All right, now Gary Brenner is there trying to hold off 2 hot shoes, both Danny Brown and Dick Dunleavy Jr. chasing your leader down the stretch. Dunleavy now making some time in that outside groove. This is Brenner's 3rd appearance of 1994. Dean now back up to 3rd position after starting back on the tail. Gary Brenner will get the white flag this time. Dunleavy has slowed a bit it appears he's dropped off the pace. Robbie Dean closing on him. Your winner will be Gary Brenner. Dick Dunleavy Jr. comes home second. Third is Robbie Dean. Danny Brown finishes fourth. And in fifth spot, it's George Fisher. Brenner's car sponsored by Jegs High Performance. All right, here's your lineup for the second of 3 late model heat races. Starting first in car 81 from Millersport, Ohio, former track champion Don Wetnall. Wetnall in 81, alongside 35 years behind the wheel of a race car here at the Speedway, car number 90, Ron Freebus. In the second row, the number is 99, the driver, a former track champion in the street stock division. It's Jim Cruz. Then comes 86 from New Albany, Ohio, Skip Thornton. The third row, car 44, the driver is Joe DeFelice, another former street stock track champion. Beside him from Sydney, John Hellman. Then Xenia, Ohio driver, car 91, Scott Drake. And from Enon, Ohio, Mike Stacy. 10 laps for your second NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model heat race. Ron Freebus making a race out of it on the outside of Don Wetnall. 2 laps down this time. That car Freebus looking very stable in that second group. Third now is Jim Cruz. And now Freebus with the advantage. Cruz is third. The halfway signal will be facing Ron Freebus this time. It's Jim Cruz and Don Wetnall. They'll match wits down the backstretch for second spot. Cruz is now second. Wetnall refuses to give up in that second group. Freebus, your leader. They'll complete a lap number 8 this time. Cruz unable to sneak underneath the wily veteran. Here comes that pesky old Wetnall again. He's challenging Cruz for second. White flag. Now Cruz will try hard. He gets inside of Ron Freebus on the backstretch. It'll be Jim Cruz, your winner. Second goes to Joe DeFelice. Third place, Ron Freebus. What a great race. A last lap pass by Jim Cruz. That must have been an insurance lap by Cruz. So Jim Cruz, let's hear it. A great round of applause for the young man, former street stock track champion, ran limited sportsman for a couple years, now in the late model ranks. Jim Cruz, the winner. Cruz's car sponsored by D&J Furniture, C&C Collision, Cyrus Printing Company, U First Uniforms, Tubular Techniques, Fluffy's Lounge, and Another Key Lock Service. He was the 1990 Street Stock Track Champions, or Track Champion, I should say. Columbus, Ohio, 2 feature wins to his credit in 1994. Randy Maynard Jr. Outside, the 98.9 River Racer of Mike Denny. Mike Denny starts second. In the second row, car 92, the 1992 Track Champion, the Architect Glass Renner's Towing Camaro of Donnie Renner. Outside of him, the K95.5 Camaro Mid-Ohio Marine, also a sponsor, Bill Cantley in 26. Then comes car number 7, the Brookwood Builders Camaro. Behind the controls is Danny Eves. And on the outside of that third row, from Columbus, with a rain out at Berlin Speedway earlier today in the ASA schedule, Gary St. Amant starts in car 71. And on the tail, your 5th fast qualifier tonight, Terry Humphrey. 10 laps for the late model 3rd heat race. Leading lap number 1, it's Randy Maynard Jr. He continues to pace the field on the backstretch. Donnie Renner now is second. Now Renner to the outside of Maynard for the lead. Donnie Renner, that car looks good tonight. Renner's car probably as hooked up as we've seen it all year. He leads. Maynard is second. The halfway signal this time. Back into second position is Mike Denny. Also slipping around Randy Maynard Jr. now is Bill Cantley. Renner with a big lead. The country station cars go at it for second. 98.9 and K95. Meantime, your leader is Donnie Renner. He'll take the white flag. And Donnie Renner wins his first heat race of the season. The race between the country station cars goes to Bill Cantley. Finishing 3rd, Mike Denny. 4th is Randy Maynard Jr. and 5th, Terry Humphrey. So a good run for Donnie Renner. Hard to believe it, his first heat race victory of 1994. First preliminary victory of the season. Supporters of Donnie's racing endeavors are Alley's Machine Shop, Tuffy Auto Service in Hilliard, Renner's Towing, Private Dancer, Architect Glass Company, Humphreys Engines, Lonnie's Woodcrafts, Cantley's Race Parts, C&M Towing, Brown Tree Service, Toys Radiator, and Fluffy's Lounge. Let's hear it, your 1992 track champion with his first Trophy Dash appearance of the 1994 racing season, Bo Davis. Alongside in car number 70 with third fast time tonight, it's Don Heavy Hill. Then comes car 22, Donald Parsons, inside of row number 2. He currently leads the point standings. He is second fast tonight, and your second place guy in the points battle starts on the tail with fast time tonight, Steve Tuttle. So Bo Davis in the Muffler King car, the Ohio Trailer Supply car of, the Surf Pro car, Schottensteins of Heavy Hill outside. Then comes Donald Parsons, the Custom Builders entry, and also we've got Steve Tuttle in that Ohio Trailer Supply, car number 17, fast time tonight. 4 laps to go. Old Hev, he didn't like the pace of that start, so he just kind of backed off. Steve Tuttle. Now they're lined up a little better. Green flag. Oh, white flag. Where was I? I thought we got the white flag last time. Apparently the flagman and Droopy Doors were sleeping, didn't give them the white flag last time. And the announcer was sleeping too. See if they can do it 2 times in a row. Heavy Hill tried to turn left on Bo Davis, but Bo was having none of it. Now Heavy is showing his bumper to Bo in the turn 2. Running third is Donald Parsons. Bo Davis, your leader. Two laps to go. Now Heavy Hill to the outside of Davis for the lead. White flag this time. And it'll be close. The winner will be Bo Davis. Bo Davis, the winner in car 18. Heavy Hill finishes second. I believe Steve Tuttle was third in car 17. And fourth place went to Donald Parsons. So Bo Davis with the win in the Trophy Dash. With 83, it's Leonard Jarvis. Outside of old Leonard in car number 50, we've got Don Gillum. Then comes 79, piloted by Don Holland, and 49, that's Bobby Adkins. Another Bobby, the last name is Stacy on the inside of the third row, Bobby Stacy. Outside of him is Bob Miller. Then comes Gary Lamer in 34. The car number 8, that's Bob Moore. 93 is Jamie Hunt. 12 is Ron Mangus. 72 is Rick Honecker, and Richard Causer is in 54. And we got Don Gillum spinning in turn 2. Bobby Stacy in the wall, and a red flag. Red flag. First car to spin down there was Don Gillum in 50. Then we saw Bobby Stacy make hard contact with that wall over there. Racing laps for this, the street stock first heat race. Wild night in straight stock action so far. Your leader is Don Holland in 79. Gary Lamer runs second. Third held down by Jamie Hunt. Richard Causer is safe on the front stretch. Who said there wasn't any Major League Baseball in Columbus or in the United States? And looks like Jamie Hunt's going to try to go for that lead. He moves around underneath Gary Lamer, now trying to go around Don Holland. Jamie Hunt, your new leader. We got a lot of them sliding into home here in front. This time it's Don Gillum, he's out. Out front, Jamie Hunt. In second, Don Holland. White flag. Now we got them 3 deep down in turn number 1 for the 3rd spot. Lamer gets a short end of that deal. Winning will be Jamie Hunt. Second goes to Don Holland. I'll have to wait on official determination for third. Finishing third, car 66, Bob Miller, and fourth was car number 8, Bob Moore. Fifth, Gary Lamer in car 34. With his third, 47, Randy Tharp. Second row was Bruce Holmes and Norm Ackerman. In row number 3, we've got Tom Bond, Jim Hersey. Behind them, we find Scott Stevens, Jimmy Romans, Kevin Lococo, Dave Dysinger, and Mike Schweier. the fourth turn. We're still racing on the backstretch with Randy Tharp, your leader. Now Tom Bond pulls out. He gets out of the way, thank goodness. Tom Bond goes a lap down. Your leader was Randy Tharp, but not anymore. Now it's Tom Idle. Tharp spins on the backstretch. Joey Chitwood on the backstretch. Now it'll be Tharp pulling out in front of the pack. Tom Idle, your leader. Tharp gets underway much quicker. Second is Norm Ackerman. Jim Hersey in third. Whoa, Mike Schweier slips inside of Hersey in turn number 2, or 1. Now it's Schweier in third spot. The white flag this time for Randy Tharp. Tom Idle all over his back deck lid. A battle for third. Heats up between Mike Schweier and Norm Ackerman. I'm sorry, your winner will be Tom Idle. Of course, Randy Tharp almost a lap down, but he'll finish last car on the lead lap. I'm sorry about that. I had that all messed up. Tom Idle, the winner, after Tharp spun on the backstretch. So Tom Idle, the winner in car 35. Originally had, let's see, 7 cars scheduled for this event. However, 2 of those have scratched, so we'll still run this B main to determine the final 4 starters in tonight's 35-lap feature event. On the pole, it's car 11, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Beside him, 28, Gary Brenner. Then comes 10, George Fisher, and 94, Robbie Dean. And on the tail, 43, Tim Yonker. So we take the fastest 20 cars from qualifying, and then the next 4 cars come out of the late model B main. Dunleavy out to the quick early lead, 8 laps. The distance for the B main. Robbie Dean trying to get around Gary Brenner. He does so. Dean is now second. Third is Gary Brenner. Fourth, your final transfer car at this point, George Fisher in car 10. Dean now closes a bit on Dick Dunleavy. Robbie Dean stalks your leader down the backstretch. They'll complete lap number 5 this time. Now Dean in his patch, the third groove, second or third groove, goes after the leader. He'll try to slip underneath. will be Dick Dunleavy Jr. Second goes to Robbie Dean. Gary Brenner is third in your fourth and final transfer car, number 10, George Fisher. So a brief intermission, just to give our employees a break for just a second, and then we'll be back with the feature racing action very shortly. We'll be calling off the luck for the 30 lap limited sportsman feature. The front row consists of car 73, Randy Sward, and beside him it's Dave Ritchie Jr. in car 35. Bobby Justice starts inside of row number 2 in car 29, and joining him in that row, it's 01 of Jerry Buck. Row number 3 is comprised of car 25, Jimmy Kidd, and car number 13, Jerry Jones. Then comes 20, Mike Brown, that WNCI-sponsored Pontiac. And car 0, Donnie Zero Hill. Next up, it's Bobby Allensworth in 36, second fast time tonight. And your fast qualifier this evening, car 2, Don Gregory Jr. Let's see, rounding out the field, we've got a bunch of folks. 86 is Mike Holland. Car number 74, Kenny Sward, that car is for sale. 76 is Buddy Townsend. 55 is driven by Tim Rowenbeck. 15 is Pete Gordon in 15. Car number 5, the pilot is Bob Grubal. Then we've got John Matthews in 23. 27, Jimmy McCulley. And 06, Jeff Loudermilk. 19 limited sportsman competitors. They'll race for 30 laps. Paced around there by the Chevron Oldsmobile Columbus Motor Speedway pace car. Cars begin to close up. They're closing ranks. A double file start for each and every race here at the Speedway. Initial start. A half a lap will be underway. We see Jim Paul, our competent flagman, wielding that green flag in his hand. Randy Sward and Dave Ritchie Jr. lead him around. That's Randy Sward, you see, out front. Ritchie runs second, Bobby Justice third. Some close competition now. Justice up to do battle with Dave Ritchie, and we got a crash. Jerry Buck, Mike Brown and Zero Hill in the fourth turn. Randy Sward, your leader. Came out, he has gone to the tail, so we are still racing. Bobby Justice and Dave Ritchie Jr. contested second position. A tight gaggle of cars traverse the backstretch. Now Justice challenging Randy Swart for the lead. Justice now with a bit of an advantage off the fourth turn. And Bobby Justice, the new leader. I got a feeling it may be short-lived as here comes your point leader, Jimmy Kidd. Jimmy Kidd on the move. He'll lead this lap. Justice relegated to second spot. Dave Ritchie Jr. now up to third. Randy Swart is fourth. This one with Jimmy Kidd out front. Bobby Justice second. Dave Ritchie Jr. a good run in third spot. Zero Hill is off the pace on the backstretch. Yellow is out. Caution on the Speedway. The man on the move continues to be Don Gregory Jr. to the outside of Randy Swart for fourth position. Gregory from his 10th starting spot goes after Dave Ritchie. Gregory is now third. It's Jimmy Kidd, Bobby Justice, Don Gregory Jr., Dave Ritchie Jr., and we got a caution flag. The yellow for John Matthews. John Matthews in turn number 2. A lot of front end damage on that car. And runs third. Takes the better of Bobby Justice on the backstretch. He runs second, halfway this time. Now it's Don Gregory Jr. going after Jimmy Kidd for the lead. Bobby Allensworth is up to fourth. Again, the battle for the lead is on the front stretch. It's a wheel-to-wheel shootout down the front stretch. Jimmy Kidd and Don Gregory. Bobby Justice still runs third. Fourth spot is Bobby Allensworth. And your leader is Don Gregory Jr. Jimmy Kidd slips to second. Justice is third. Allensworth fourth. And fifth spot's Mike Holland. 10 laps to go. Trying to prove that fast time tonight was no fluke. He's way out front. And Tim Rowenbeck brings out the caution. Rowenbeck in 55 loops it in turn 3. Is on the move. Bobby Allensworth goes around Bobby Justice to the outside of Justice for third spot. Five counters remain this time, 5 laps. Next, Allensworth will set his sights on point leader Jimmy Kidd. The Coshocton, Ohio driver goes after the point leader in turn 4. The battle is for second. Also a good contest back there for that 6th spot. White flag for Don Gregory Jr. Gregory appears to be slowing. He's on lap traffic. It'll be close. Kidd all over Gregory. It's Don Gregory Jr. Jimmy Kidd is second. Third, Bobby Justice. Fourth, Bobby Allensworth. And fifth, Mike Holland. Gregory with his 4th feature win of 1994, coming on All City Auto Wrecking Night at the Races. Gregory Jr., your winner. We'll go down to Bob Neubauer. Sure looked, go ahead, Bob.
Well, a happy young man down here. Don, this is number 4. You were fast time tonight, and you were not to be denied.
Nope, our car is dialed in now. It had a few bumps and bangs, and I think it's ready to go now.
You started 10th and that one had to come through some traffic, and there were some quick guys ahead of you, but car looked like it was going where you wanted it to.
Yeah, it was a really clean race, you know. Nobody gave me any problems. I tried to give everybody a lot of room, and, you know, sorry about Zero Hill having trouble, but, you know, that's the way it goes.
Let's go tighten the points race up a little bit. Got some sponsors we want to plug real quick on the car?
Yeah, I want to thank Dick Beard Construction, High Trailer Supply, Fox Bonding Company, Fun Trail Vans, whoever's on the car. I appreciate it. Thank everybody. I want to thank my dad for all of his hard help, and Charles Moore, Barry Reeves, everybody that helps me. I want to thank Gary Sainamon, too.
All right, we got...
From Columbus with a pair of feature wins this season. Car 39, that is Randy Maynard Jr. In the second row, car 98, the River Racer, it's Mike Denny. Beside him in 92, Donnie Renner. Then comes car 26, Bill Canley, and number 7, Danny Eves. In row number 4, car 71, Gary St. Amant, and number 1, Terry Humphrey. Then the next row, number 6 of Jerry Mitchell, and 2, Bobby Bocook. Then comes Tim Ice in 65, and Mike Ward in 61. 91 is Scott Drake. 63 is driven by John Hellman. 44, Joe DeFelice. 86, Skip Thornton. 99, Jim Cruz. 90, Ron Priebus. 81, Don Wetnall. 77, Danny Brown. 11 is Dick Dunleavy Jr. 94, Robbie Dean. 28, Gary Brenner. And number 10, George Fisher. 24, NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models. 35 laps of feature racing action. The signal that 1 lap remains before we get underway. The white flag from our assistant flagman, Denny Droopy Drawers Jordan. We see the Ches Round Oldsmobile pace car. It pulls off the racetrack on the backstretch. The lights are extinguished. We're ready to do battle. Mike Stacy and Randy Maynard Jr. lead them around. Man, what a rush. 24 super late models. Mike Stacy, the leader. Randy Maynard Jr. is second. Donnie Renner runs third. Fourth is Danny Eves. Terry Humphrey holds down the 5th spot. Now Bill Canley sideways in third, fourth. Canley recovers after losing several positions. Mike Stacy still out front. Stacy stretches it out over Maynard and Renner. Gary St. Amant is up to 6th position. And now Bobby Boca spins in turn number 2. The caution flag flies for the first time in tonight's late model feature. He's ahead of Randy Maynard Jr., Donnie Renner, Danny. And another caution flag. Gary Brenner we see in turn 4. Trying to move around Terry Humphrey. Runs 5th. Mike Stacy, the leader. Joe DeFelice, the spinner in turn number 2. 11 laps in the record, maybe 10 laps. We'll let you know here momentarily. Putting the heat on Mike Stacy for the lead. To the outside of Danny Eves for 4th spot. Gary St. Amant runs 4th. Stacy now clear of most of the traffic. He has Randy Maynard Jr., Donnie Renner, Gary St. Amant, and Danny Eves in tow. To the outside of Renner. The battle for third between Donnie Renner and Gary St. Amant. Mike Stacy way out front. Now St. Amant goes after Maynard. The battle for second. Gary St. Amant and Randy Maynard. Stacy will win. Gary St. Amant is second. Mike Stacy, his second feature win of 1994. Gary St. Amant finishes second. He started seventh, so he moved up to second spot. I'll get you a top 10 rundown as soon as I have one available. Let's hear it for all of the late models. A great race, a good, clean race tonight. Mike Stacy from Enon, Ohio, your winner. Let's hear it. Mike Stacy, your winner. He'll get that trophy from All City Auto Wrecking here on All City Auto Wrecking Night. We'll go down to Bob Neubauer. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, a young man down here who's done this before, but it's been a little while. Mike, car, you started up front and just took off and ran away.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Hare and the Hound, and the Hare won tonight, something like that. Seems like the Hares won a lot of these races here this year. I was just fortunate enough to start there.
Listen, you had four guys behind you, Maynard, Rayner, Maynard, Donnie Renner, that St. Amant guy. They were all coming on. Did you know they were back there?
I figured they were behind me. I was trying to keep it low and make sure they had to pass me on the outside and just slow the pace down to where I could take control of the situation if I had to, or see what was left of my car anyways.
Anybody want to thank you tonight for this?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and wish her a great big happy birthday. Tonight's her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. And I'd like to congratulate Jeff Knuckles for his birthday. And I can't say enough about Paul Storr and Fast Racing Engines. They built me a good, strong racing engine. Haven't had no problem with it. PPG, the Golden Buckeye crew. All of them. I really like to thank them a whole bunch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Miller, then comes 50, Don Gillum, 34, Gary Lamer, 8 is Bob Moore, 93, Jamie Hunt, car number 12 is Ron Mangus, 35, Tom Idle, then comes 47, Randy Tharp, car number 88, Bruce Holmes, In 15, that's Norm Ackerman. 52 is Tom Bond. 26, Scott Stevens. 36, Jimmy Romans. 77 is Kevin Lococo. 43, Mike Schweier. 27, Dave Deisinger. 18, Bo Davis. 70, Heavy Hill. 22, Donald Parsons. 17, your fast qualifier, Steve Tuttle. 72, I assume that's Dale Brown in that car still. Then comes 49, Bobby Adkins, and 31, Jim Hersey. Laps for the street stock. Feature event here on All City Auto Wreck Ignite at the races. Don Gillum. Oh! Don Gillum, he collects, and we got a red flag. The red flag is out. Don Gillum, we're trying to see who that should be. Kevin Lococo, I believe. The other car down there in car 77. Nico Mad Miller, Bob Miller outside. First row, they'll lead him around. We'll get the green flag once again. Into the wall in the front stretch, but keeps it going in the right direction. Now up to second is Don Holland, but Bob Moore now challenging him. Moore and Miller, almost into that outside wall again. Bob Miller driving a precarious line around the 3rd mile oval. Dale Brown is out in car 72. We've got a collision in turn 2. Those cars are moving off the racetrack. Now we see Jamie Hunt going after the lead. He moves around Bob Miller. Miller now back to second spot. Six laps now complete. Jamie Hunt, Bob Miller, Tom Idle, Bob Moore, your front 4 cars. Still Hunt, Miller, Idle, your front 3. Now Heavy Hill and Ron Mangus. third spot. Now Tom Idle knocking on the back door of race leader Jamie Hunt. Heavy Hill to the inside of Bob Miller for third position. Steve Tuttle now fourth. Hill goes after Tom Idle. Signal this time, 13 laps will be complete. And now we've got action. And Steve Tuttle again into the wall. He got into the wall last week. Red flag. Red flag is out. Looking for his first feature win. 10 laps now, 9 laps to go this time. Jamie Hunt still second. Third, Bob Miller, but now to the outside of him is Mike Schweier. Schweier now goes after the second place car of Jamie Hunt. And Schweier now run. Donald Parsons moves to third position. To go. Donald Parsons on the outside of Mike Schweier. In fourth spot is Jamie Hunt. Your leader, Heavy Hill, he's way out front. Heavy traffic for Heavy Hill on the backstretch. wire third. So Don Heavy Hill with his first feature win of 1994. He, of course, the defending track champion at the Speedway. In the street stock division, I'll get a top 10 rundown as soon as I have one available. Hill will get the trophy from All City Auto Wrecking here on All City Auto Wrecking Night at the races. So it's been a long dry spell. Heavy Hill, his first feature win of 1994. A colorful character, Heavy Hill is. We'll go down to Bob Neubauer to see if he can get a word with your winner, Heavy Hill.
We'll eventually get Don up here, I guess, after he gets done celebrating a little bit.
Don't be doing that fucking shit. Can we just...
Don, first feature of the year, and looks like you were working a little bit.
Yeah, and the first person I want to apologize is Tom Idle. I drove in there and got in him, and he's a good guy, and he don't race me that way, and I want to apologize to Tom because I feel bad he got knocked out, but damn it, I paid my dues. I needed to win. I've won at least one race since 1969. And I didn't want to get skunked this year, so. But I want to thank Surf Pro and All State and All City and Speedway and Hard Fire Extinguisher. I got so much. And Big Jim Cannon and Pat and all my helpers, my fan club, Daryl Hoosier. Heck, everybody. I love all of you, man. Thanks.
Well, pretty happy old guy down here right now, and we get the pictures taken, and Jeff will sign off and listen, have a happy birthday, guy.
And we'd like to thank Jeff Knuckles for his fine announcing, and thank the Columbus Motor Speedway for allowing us to videotape here each and every week. Remember, Pinstroke Productions does videotape here each and every week, and at Kill Care Speedway and Kill Care Driveway for the finest, for the Midwest's finest video racing series. I forgot my own logo. Pinstroke Productions. Once again, we'd like to thank you for purchasing this videotape, and we'll see you here each and every week.
Let's see, here's your top 10 rundown.